Live from the KWQC Broadcast Center, this is TV6 News at 6.
The battle over ballots returned to court. What a judge says about absentee ballots in Rock Island County.
Keeping the fun, subtracting the scare. Precautions from a local sheriff's office to protect kids this Halloween. Topping your news at 6, the midterm countdown. 8 days away from next Tuesday's Election Day. Thanks for joining us. I'm Paula Sands.
And I'm Gary Mativier. A battle over absentee ballots. KWQC's Courtney Yoon joins us now tonight with the decision and what happens next.
Gary, Paula, here's what was argued about in court that made Rock Island County Republicans concerned. Election judges open absentee ballots from their secure envelopes that are received back at the county clerk's office. Then they insert them into an optical scan machine before election night. Today, a judge ruled this process does not compromise the integrity of the vote.
I'm relieved.
The Rock Island County Clerk's Office will continue to open absentee ballots and load them into tabulation machines after a judge made a ruling this morning.
It was very upsetting to think that someone would think that we would jeopardize the integrity of the ballot.
County Clerk Karen Kinney says those absentee ballots are not tabulated until election night, and before then, there's no safer place to store the votes than inside the locked scanning machines. County Republican Party Chairman Bill Bloom had requested an injunction to stop that process.
Once you open the absentee ballot, there's a potential for all sorts of things to happen.
But the judge ruled that there was no evidence that the integrity or confidentiality of the absentee ballot process had ever been compromised, allowing the clerk's office to continue opening them.
One of the good things that came out of this case is Judge Lefstein clearly identified areas where we did not make our case. She gave us some areas in our case where we need to build a more robust argument in our favor.
County State's Attorney John McGehee, who represented Kinney, says her office's process in dealing with paper absentee ballots is fair and transparent. But there are some areas of election law that have not kept up with the electronic age, lawfully giving Kinney discretion in how things are done.
With her experience, she's the one who makes the determination of whether the election is being done in a proper way. And I think the court found that she is doing an outstanding job as it relates to the election.
The state's attorney says Karen Kinney's office is not the only clerk's office that uses similar processes for absentee ballots. He says they've been contacted by others across the state as it relates to this matter, and it may be an issue that legislator will look back at to clarify in the future.
All right, Courtney, thank you. Just over a week from Election Day, the political heavy hitters hitting the QCA pretty hard.
From Vice President to Speaker of the House, they're campaigning all across Iowa. KWQC's Katie Alexander kicks off our coverage now live in Davenport, where Speaker of the House John Boehner took the stage a while ago. Katie?
One of the big goals of this Get Out the Vote rally here at the Scott County Republican headquarters was to energize the supporters for Republican congressional candidate Dr. Marionette Miller Meeks heading into the home stretch of the election. And based on the mood of the crowd that's still gathered here as they're setting up the phone banks to start calling voters again, Republican House Speaker John Boehner achieved that aim. Joining Miller Meeks on 3rd Congressional District Representative Tom Latham in front of the crowd here, the Ohio Republican urged everyone to get out and talk to their neighbors, remind them to vote, and vote for Miller Meeks for Iowa's 2nd Congressional District. She's challenging incumbent Democrat Dave Loebsack for that job. And when it comes to this race, Boehner's message this evening was clear. Miller Meeks has done all that she can at this point. Now it's up to her supporters to go out and deliver the votes come Election Day. Now this rally tonight is the final of 3 stops in Iowa for John Boehner on day 26 of a 33-day tour as he works to help rally the base in House districts around the country that could help determine the GOP's vote margin in Congress. Reporting live in Davenport, Katie Alexander, KWQC, TV6 News.
All right, Katie, thank you. And from number 3 in command to number 2, the vice president also made a trip to Davenport, campaigning for Miller Meeks' opponent, Dave Loebsack, and U.S. Senate candidate Bruce Braley.
KWQC's Brian Bozen joins us from Modern Woodman Park in Davenport about the vice president's visit today. Brian?
Paul and Gary, good evening. The vice president spoke for more than 20 minutes to a packed room here at Modern Woodman Park, laying it out that a lot is on the line when it comes to Iowa's Senate race.
I look out there in that field, the first thing that comes to mind is put me in, coach, I'm ready to play.
Iowa Democratic candidates Bruce Braley and Dave Loebsack.
We're going to win this thing!
Are getting the vice presidential treatment.
They haven't changed. They haven't changed from the time I first campaigned for them, except they've gotten tougher, they've gotten smarter, and they've gotten more committed.
Biden joined the congressman for the campaign rally with more than 100 supporters standing in the crowd.
Oh, I thought it was very impressive.
It was kind of a long wait for him, but it was worth every bit of it anyway.
Braley is in the home stretch of a contentious race with Republican opponent Joni Ernst.
We need to double down in the next 8 days to prove that they're wrong, that Iowa elections are not for sale.
The latest NBC Marist poll puts Ernst up 3 points within the poll's margin of error. Braley has been endorsed by the Des Moines Register editorial board, whom Ernst recently refused a meeting.
What is Joni Ernst trying to hide? She's trying to hide that she's not on your side.
The winner of this race could decide who controls the Senate, an important race with national implications.
If Bruce wins, and I believe he will, and I think you're going to see us keep the United States Senate.
The Braley camp tells us they're going to continue to hit the road and campaign hard through Election Day. We talked to some volunteers and supporters today who tell us they know that this race is going to be close. Reporting live in downtown Davenport, Brian Bozen, KWQC TV6 News.
Brian, thank you. Biden and Boehner are not the only heavy hitters we will see this week. Hillary Clinton will be in Iowa on Wednesday campaigning for Bruce Braley. And tomorrow, Marco Rubio will be in Bettendorf campaigning for Joni Ernst. Keep up to date with all political comings and goings on our website, KWQC.com. Just click on the Decision 2014 banner right there on the homepage.
There was a tinge of summer in the air for all the political visitors today. We know this can't last. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Eric Maitland.
Yeah, this is true. We welcome the dignitaries with some very nice weather today. High temperatures in the 70s and in and out of the cloud cover there on our latest sky cam shot, as you saw. Clouds really building, and that will lead to some scattered rain across the area this evening ahead of a cool front that will do just what it's supposed to, cool us off, notably by later this week. 72 in the Quad Cities right now, 71 in Mount Pleasant and Galesburg, 73 in Princeton, 69 degrees now in Dubuque, 73 in Macomb and Keokuk. And let's see, we've got a few clouds out there, as you saw, with a little bit of rain here and there. Not much of it, mostly north and west of the Quad Cities, and a few showers south of the Quad Cities on either side of Highway 67. Those showers will continue to sneak through the area with some scattered light, maybe moderate rain at times. Even a rumble of thunder not out of the realm of possibility. After midnight, though, we'll start to see that rain move to the east. We're dry by 6 a.m. as the clouds break. We'll start off at 50, and as opposed to the 70s, get used to the 50s. Our highs tomorrow only in the upper 50s, but at least Tuesday will bring back some sunshine.
Still to come at 6 tonight, a community in mourning after 2 teens are killed in a weekend crash. How they're being honored and remembered tonight.
And keeping kids safe this Halloween, what the Sheriff's Office is doing right now to protect your children.
You're watching Gary Mativier and Paula Sands. This is KWQC TV6 News at 6. You're watching Edward R. Murrow award-winning station, KWQC TV6.
A man accused of killing his wife 3 years ago is going to prison. William Pete White appeared in court today and pled guilty to the murder of 39-year-old Melissa White. She died in Viola in October of 2011, and just this month, her husband, William White, was charged in the case. He's been sentenced to 25 years. 2 families are grieving the death of their 16-year-old girls killed in a car accident over the weekend in Whiteside County.
The families of Samantha Stabline and Ashley Wunderlich are holding a candlelight vigil for the girls. We talked with Ashley's mother today.
Ashley was driving home from haunted housing Saturday night on a very, very dark road, and she lost control of her car and hit the cement wall on the bridge and ended up flipping their car.
Memorials have been placed on Sand Road as a way to remember and honor the teens. The Erie school superintendent says this is a very close-knit community, and the schools are providing a regional crisis response team along with school counselors.
Cutting school budgets, the Davenport School Board is meeting right now discussing how to handle nearly $6 million in budget cuts. We have a crew there, and we'll bring you the latest at 10. And tonight, the Durant City Council is just one vote away from banning dogs in all all city parks. We told you about this last week. The council is meeting now to take that final vote that could ban pets in the parks. The council had 6 complaints in 6 months that dog owners aren't picking up after their pets. Dog owners say the idea to ban pets goes too far.
And now, the Quad City's most reliable forecast with Chief Meteorologist Eric Maitland.
Well, we certainly had a nice weekend across the QCA, and we brought all that warm weather with us. As a matter of fact, out of the 3 days, Saturday, Sunday, and today was the warmest, widespread 70s, maybe a little less sun because at times the clouds were a little bit thicker. Now those clouds will continue to thicken into the evening, and they are bringing some parts of the area a little bit of rain. The heaviest rain to the north and to the south, but we do have a few areas of showers breaking out across the QCA right now, some north and west of the Metro Quad Cities. Once again, just kind of nicking our northwestern counties, including Jones County. These showers will move into Dubuque County once again, and then off to the south of Interstate 80. Just a scattering of showers along Highway 34 toward Galesburg at Interstate 74. Nothing heavy at this point, but we could see a little bit of light to more moderate rain develop as we go through the evening. Even a rumble of thunder or two not out of the realm of possibility as a cool front comes through, and that's the cool front that's going to change our weather. So once again, we see probably more clouds now than we have at any point during the day, but our temperature is still in the 70s, so we start the evening nice. We'll only cool back to the 60s throughout the evening. It is already 69 in Dubuque, but it's 72 in Clinton, also here in the Quad Cities, Rock Falls and Sterling at 72. Still 73 in Macomb and Keokuk, Muscatine and Iowa City at 73 as well, and 71 at Mount Pleasant and Galesburg. And look at the wind gusts. This has been a factor all day long. At least the winds today have been from the south and southwest. We'll turn these to the northwest tomorrow, so that means temperatures will plummet. But as you can see, those gusts anywhere between about 20 and 30 miles per hour, bringing all that mild air right up along our part of the Mississippi Valley to the north and west. A look at what temperatures will likely be closer to tomorrow, anywhere from the low to mid 50s, or upper 50s, I should say. It's 59 right now in Mason City, and that's the cool air that's going to settle in behind our cold front as that passes through later this evening and tonight. Again, more clouds coming our way for the evening and showers starting to develop under those clouds, so we'll likely see a few scattered raindrops here and there. There might be a handful of folks that don't see any rain, but as far as our exact track is concerned, that front crosses the Mississippi River late this evening toward midnight, and with it, it will bring a scattering of showers under a mostly cloudy sky. As we start our day tomorrow, clouds already starting to thin out as the rain will be well to the east and drier air will be coming in on strong winds. So we will get back to some sunshine tomorrow, but it will be cooler air with highs only in the 50s, and those winds will make it feel a little bit cooler as well. 50 tonight, mostly cloudy, some scattered showers, which should be out by daybreak. Northwest winds at 10 to 15. Northwest winds at 15 to 25, gusting to around 30 tomorrow. So even with the sunshine, we only see a high temperature of around 59 degrees. The rest of the area to the north of Interstate 80, low to upper 50s, low 50s up along Highway 20. South of Interstate 80, that's where temperatures will be well into the 50s, even some low 60s possible once you get to about Highway 34 and point south. And around the Metro Quad Cities, western areas may be a little bit warmer, might hit 60 in Walcott, the rest of us at about 58 or 59. And get used to those 50s. They're with us for a while. 55 back to the sun Wednesday. Thursday, when there are going to be a lot of trick-or-treaters out, kind of a trade-off. 50s, but we do see a chance of rain. Now, actually, on Halloween, we'll be dry, but highs only in the 40s. And as we get toward the weekend, turn that clock back Saturday night into Sunday, 40s, then 50s, mid-50s again on Monday with yet another chance of some rain.
Coming up, making a list and checking it twice, not Santa, law enforcement protecting kids this Halloween.
Halloween is Friday night. The most important job for parents, of course, is to make sure the kids trick-or-treat safely.
Law enforcement is helping with that. KWQC's Akilah Davis found out how the Scott County sheriffs are doing compliance checks for sex offenders.
Well, Paula, this map shows all the registered sex offenders within 5 miles of Davenport. And although there's no law stopping them from participating in Halloween in Iowa, officers say they do these compliance checks as safety precautions. It starts with a knock. Officers with the Scott County Sheriff's Department conducting sex offender sweeps just in time for Halloween.
Hey, Scott, how you doing? real quick, just make sure you're here and so forth.
It's day 2 of the process. Detective Tom Leonard and Reserve Deputy Mike, among many officers surveying Scott County, making sure all 338 sex offenders living in the county are in compliance.
It is Halloween approaching, and we do know kids are going around the neighborhood, so it is a big thing that we do get out there and make sure that the sex offenders are residing where they say they're residing.
Detective Leonard says 93% of sex offenders in Scott County are compliant. At the same time, in Iowa, there's no law on the books stopping sex offenders from celebrating Halloween. That means they can decorate their homes for the holiday, have their porch lights on, and of course, pass out candy.
In Iowa, I knew there's a sex registry offender list, but I didn't know that there were no restrictions with Halloween.
But we strongly encourage them not to, is what it comes down to. If they have a different family member in the house, we say let them give out the candy, or just don't hand out candy, period, because we don't want to see them put themselves in a bad situation. Temptation. We don't want to see the sex offender reoffend or anything like that.
Now urging parents to take initiative.
Prior to trick-or-treating, get online, get onto the website, the Iowa Sex Offender website, and check out your neighborhoods. All you got to do is type in your address. It'll show you all the known registered sex offenders in your neighborhood.
Something parents say they plan to do this Halloween.
I think I'll look it up.
And if sex offenders aren't compliant, the first offense is an aggravated misdemeanor, the second a felony. You can check the Sex Offender Registry website for offenders near your home on our website at kwqc.com.
All right, thanks, Akila. Next in sports, remembering the rising baseball star gone too soon. Remembered here in the QCA and across the baseball world.
You're watching sports with Joey Danya.
The baseball world still in shock today after the tragic passing of St. Louis Cardinals outfielder and former River Bandit Oscar Taveras. Taveras died in a car accident yesterday in the Dominican Republic. The 22-year-old made his major league debut this season and was widely considered one of the best prospects in all of baseball. During his rise to the majors, Taveras played for the River Bandits in 2011. He led the team to the Midwest League Championship while winning the league batting title. By all accounts, there seems to be nothing but fond memories of Taveras from everyone right here in the QCA.
A lot of our staff members, they all said a great person as well. Always willing to help in the community. Signed a lot of autographs for fans after games. We've had a lot of our fans, kind of an outpouring of support, just fans that called us today and just wanted to chat and kind of recall some memories they had from him. So it's been nice to hear those stories, and our condolences definitely go to his family and the Cardinals family as well.
And our thoughts here at KWQC are certainly with Oscar and his family at this time as well. Oscar Taveras, gone at the age of 22. Well, it may not feel like it outside, but basketball season is right around the corner. The Hawkeyes tip things off 2 weeks from Friday. Former Hawkeye and NBA champion Bobby Hansen spoke in Davenport this afternoon at the Gridiron Club luncheon. Bobby's looking forward to calling another season of Hawkeye basketball on the radio with Gary Dolphin. While the Hawks must replace Devin Marble in the backcourt, Hansen believes this team is built to make a run come March.
I think you got the ability of being better inside with Adam Woodbury and Gabe Olashaney and Jared Utoff, and you got some size and you got some skilled big guys out there, and you mix up the momentum with your guard court, and Trey Dickerson is going to be a nice addition along with another freshman, Dominic Wool.
The Hawkeyes open the season at home against Hampton Friday, November 14th. With bowl chances fading fast, Iowa State football hopes a week off will get the season back on track. Another week and another explosive offense for ISU to try and slow down. The Cyclones host number 19 Oklahoma Saturday. Stopping the Sooners won't be easy. Oklahoma can beat you in many ways, and it all starts up front. Paul Rhodes knows stopping the running game will be key, and in typical Rhodes fashion, Coach rocked the mic this morning.
Well, they got those big bodies up front, and we're not an overly talented NFL draft-ready defensive line. So we can't be stuck in the middle of those guys. We got to get on the edges and take care of gaps, and our linebackers got to be in position to run it.
It's an 11 a.m. kickoff Saturday at Jack Tri Stadium. Fox Sports 1 will have the broadcast. If you thought things couldn't get any worse for the Chicago Bears, think again. Defensive end Lamar Houston will miss the remainder of the season after rupturing his ACL yesterday. To add insult to injury, the ACL rupture happened while Houston was celebrating a sack late in the fourth quarter, with Chicago getting blown out by New England. That's a look at sports. Here's Eric with a final check of your weather.
Yeah, he'll never do that again. Here's a look at our temperatures right now. 70s right now, and maybe for another hour in some spots. So go out there and enjoy them, because once they're gone tonight, they're going to be gone for a long time. We're at 72 in the Quad Cities, 73 in Keokuk, Macomb, and Princeton, 69 now in Dubuque. So the change is coming. A cool front coming in from the west. That will make some more showers pop up across the area. Some light to moderate rain as we go through the evening hours. Maybe a rumble of thunder, and temperatures that will eventually hit 50 tomorrow morning. We start the day dry. Clouds move away. We get back to a mostly sunny sky in the afternoon, but high temperatures only are limited to the 50s.
Leap carefully into the leaves out there.
I know, right?
Pull something, yeah.
Well, you know, it's almost Halloween, so our hellos are from the haunted house terror at Skellington Manor in Rock Island.
See you, Todd.
Good night.
Hello, Quad Cities!
Hello, Quad Cities.
Hello, Quad Cities.
Hello, Quad Cities. Hello, Quad Cities.
Hello, Quad Cities.
Hello, Quad Cities.
Hello, Quad Cities.
Hello, Quad Cities.
Hello, Quad Cities. Hello, Quad Cities.
Careful.